Hello everyone, welcome to tech2.com. In this illustration, we will solve a problem which is find the number of conflict serializable schedule for the following transaction. So we have been given two transactions T1 and T2 and it has four operations and we have to find out how many conflict serializable schedules are possible. Okay, so we have to find out conflict serializable schedules, right? You understand this. It means that we have to find out schedule S, okay, which will be conflict equivalent to two serial schedules, okay. And what are the serial schedules possible? Either T1 followed by T2, or else we can have some schedule T2 followed by T1, right? So we have two serial schedules here. This is T1, two serial schedules here, okay. And any schedule which we are going to count here should be conflict equivalent to either T1 followed by T2 or T2 followed by T1. Okay, so till here there should not be any problem, right? Now understand this. When I'm saying T1 followed by T2, let's start with this first situation. When I'm saying T1 followed by T2, it means all the conflicting operation of 1 should be followed by conflicting operation of 2. Okay, so it means that when I have conflicting operations, I will have two operations, right? Set of operations are conflicting, so the first operation will be belonging to transaction 1 and second operation will be belonging to transaction 2, right? And it will be in the same order. What I mean by saying is, if I write T1 followed by T2, it will be all these operations followed by these operations, right? And if I take the first conflicting operation R1, okay, and W2A, so these two will be conflicting operation, right? And if the order is here R1A followed by W2A, in all the operations, all the schedules which are conflict equivalent to this schedule will have R1A followed by W2A, right? Am I clear? Let me repeat once again. When I am saying all the schedules which are conflict equivalent to this serial schedule, they all the schedule will have this R1A followed by W2A, because when I am taking serial schedule, I have R1A followed by W2A. Fine. So these two are conflicting operation and these operations will maintain same order in all the conflict serializable schedules. Okay, fine. So now I'll make a statement and I'll prove it correct. Okay, so the statement is that this R1 W1 will always execute together. Okay, so we will have R1 W1, we will have R1A followed by W1A. Okay, so let's understand this. Why I'm saying, let's say if I don't have this situation, what else I can have? So if I take this R2A somewhere here, I'll consider all the situation. So if I take R2A here, now you can see that this R2A, okay, and this W1A are conflicting operation, okay, and this R2A and W1A are in opposite order what we will have when we are taking serial schedule T1 followed by T2. So you can see that this R2A, okay, and W1A, what is the order? As W1A will be occurring first, so the order will be 1 to 2, right? W1A followed by R2A, but if I take R2A here, the order is opposite, right? And that is against what we are considering. Okay, we are considering that the schedule is serial, conflict equivalent to serial schedule T1 followed by T2. Okay, so we cannot have R2A here. Now if I consider R2A here in between, R2A here. Now you see that this R2A again is before W1A, okay, but if I consider serial schedule, W1A is before, so here also it is not acceptable. So I will only have R2A after this W1A, right? Okay, now this W2A, it cannot occur before R2A, right? This is the basic rule that transaction from operation from same transaction should occur in order. So this R2A will only come after this W2A will only come after R2A. So this is W2A, right? So it means that this R1 this R1A and W1A will occur together. Fine. We are not sure about this right now. Similarly, in same manner we can say that this R2B and W2B should occur together and at the end. So here we will have R2B and W2B. Okay, so in same manner you can see that these should occur together and at the end. I'm not going to explain it again. Now these four positions we will have here, okay, these four positions, and we have these four operations, okay, and you can see that these four operations are not conflicting among each other, okay, so they can be interchanged. So these four positions are now empty. Let me delete it. Okay, and in these four positions what we can have is R2B, okay, then we can have W2B, and we can have R2A and W2A, right? So these four positions are available for these four operations. So what are the possible arrangement? So we will have 4 factorial possibilities, right? Okay, but we are forgetting one thing here, that the order which is here in this one transaction, that is this R2 should always come first, then W2A, okay, so this R2B should always come first, then this. Similarly, this order, that is R2A, should come before W2A. This should be followed. So due to this restriction, as the restriction is among these two and these two, right, that W2B should be after R2B. So we will divide it with 2 factorial for this restriction and 2 factorial for this restriction. Okay, so the number will be 4 into 3 into 2 upon, which is equal to 6, right? So this 6 is for one serial schedule, which is T1 followed by T2. Okay, so we will have 6 conflict equivalent schedule for this T1 followed by T2. Similarly, we will have another 6 for this T2 followed by T1. Okay, so we will have total 12 number of operations, total 12 number of schedules which are in conflict equivalent with some serial schedule, that is, which are conflict serializable, right? So I hope this is clear. If you have any doubt, please go to the doubt section on tech2.com and ask your doubt. We will be happy to answer. So see you in the next lecture. Thanks for watching.